Please, oh God, save me. Looking for partners because you think they'll be more attached to you is toxic. Moving on. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Oh, that is absolutely true. Size doesn't matter. Talk about like making men feel bad over not true. Yes, true. You cannot change a person.
Okay. Also, the reason why you don't want to get a woman who's over 30 or date or get in a relationship with her is because she is unable to be molded and trained.
37 lies you were taught about men. Oh God, I'm going down this rabbit hole. Ugly men will treat you better because they'll be so grateful to have female attention. Looking for partners that you view as ugly because you think they'll be more attached to you is toxic. Moving on. Older men are more mature or better in bed. Obviously, you're going to maybe have less endurance, like your physical form, etc., etc. You aren't going to be able to come multiple times. If you get better at sex with experience, and an older person is not necessarily more experienced, statistically probably is. If you're a really bad bitch, then men will not treat you badly. If you're attracting bums, it's your fault. Okay, I don't like victim blaming. If you're really a bad bitch, meaning you're like really assertive and strong woman, then men want to treat you badly. Because a lot of FDS actually does want you to be an assertive and strong woman, which is sad, honestly. You should always pay your own way on dates because he'll be impressed you're an independent woman who don't need no man, and it's the only way to establish an equal relationship and gain a man's respect. It's okay to be a woman who wants a more traditional power dynamic where the man pays for the meals. Just don't be surprised if there are also more traditional expectations coming your way if those are the kinds of men you're looking for. On the first date, I'll always go Dutch. Half and half. Pay for a meal, and then we like go to a bar and they pay for drinks, for example. Instead of like going fucking mathematical, everything needs to be 50%. So pay for the bread and they pay for the dish. Make them pay for you, Giga Chad. That's why I tell my dates straight up, I'm gonna order the most expensive thing and they better pay. Yeah, that's one approach. Bringing up the fact that you're looking for a committed relationship early will scare him away, so it's better to play it cool. It depends how you bring it up. There is a healthy and a wholesome way of bringing it up, which is that to just in general say that you're looking for a committed relationship. But if you're being like an overly attached weirdo on the first date where you're like, oh, you know what? I can already imagine us being married. Of course you're gonna scare them away. Love at first sight, though. A man should be able to expect sex after the third date. All of those rules are fucking stupid. Go towards intimacy at the speed that you feel comfortable at, and there's no one-size-fits-all rule, and there is no rule even that fits all your relationships. Maybe one person you'll feel comfortable with having sex on the first date, and another person you'll still not feel comfortable having sex with after like 4 or 5 dates and a month. Take things at the speed at which they need to be taken at. Women of his own race are too demanding and feminist and masculine, and that's why he has to date outside of his race. What? I've heard this line of thought from like people with weird internalized racism stuff or like anti-SJW. And obviously there's crossover between anti-SJW and racism, weird racism stuff. But anyways, I've only heard that dialogue line from men. It doesn't matter when you have sex with a man. If he likes you, he'll treat you the same. This is complicated because a lot of men, without even necessarily being aware of it, they say they want a committed relationship and they might even believe it, but when they do get the sex from the woman, they lose interest. So I think it's addressed to that, or it's addressed about that. Discussing interracial dating in 2022. Come on, it's okay, just do your thing. Yeah. Men like variety, so it's okay if he has a wandering eye or flirts with other women. It doesn't mean he doesn't respect you. I definitely would feel uncomfortable if I couldn't be honest with myself about attraction, but I also kind of expect an understanding from my partner of that all sorts of people are attractive out there, and I don't want to be forced to pretend they aren't. Slutty girls never get good guys, only perfect women get good men. Yeah, this is completely false. If you don't have sex right away with a high value male, you'll lose him because what you want to do, another girl will. Okay, but now we're diving deep into the female dating strategy power dynamic bullshit. Losing your virginity is a magical experience that will change your life forever. Yeah, that's a really sad lie. Like people need to stop propagating this false idea. Attractive men are all cads and womanizers, so it's better to focus on nerdy, shy guys. Just focus on what you find attractive. This is stupid. Women are naturally monogamous. Only men need variety. There actually are biological underpinnings to this statement. Obviously, it's false. You can't generalize off of them. This goes into the behavioral psychology course we watched once, and I highly recommend. That goes into evolutionary psychology in a non-cringe way, in an interesting way. Human Behavioral Biology, Evolutionary Psychology by Robert Sapolsky, Stanford University. This whole playlist is really, really good when it comes to explaining why there is actually a biological underpinning to some of this stuff and to some of the gender dynamics and relationships. Highly recommend watching it. It's quite a lot to go through, though. No man is perfect. You have to work hard to help him reach his potential. No man is perfect is actually true. No one is perfect. You will have to learn to accept flaws in whoever you want to build a relationship with. That is inevitable. But also, you cannot change them.
Okay. Also, the reason why you don't want to get a woman who's over 30 or date or get in a relationship with her is because she is unable to be molded and trained. Yes,
My
I did say
advanced
that.
intelligence can be used like an octopus to suffocate and pull apart my enemy's arguments.
Thank you for the follow. Not true. Yes, true. You cannot change a person. Obviously, this doesn't mean you cannot first discuss things with them and see if things get better. Some things can be changed. I was exaggerating a little bit. But yeah, don't take it personally if a man doesn't want to add you to his social media. Some guys just like privacy. Okay, so this is a reference to the fact that if you haven't added someone to social media, they can use the social media to cheat on you. Even if I have nothing to hide, I would feel like an invasion of my privacy is a blatant breach of trust. Yeah, I don't trust you, and I want to control you. That, like, both of those things are enough to break a relationship for me. A lot of good men are intimidated by a successful woman, so you should always make sure to downplay her accomplishments. Yeah, this is dumb. If you're a successful woman, fucking flaunt that shit. You go, girl. Yes, queen. Slay. Focusing on your education over your relationship is stupid because your degrees won't keep you warm at night. Yeah, no, focus on what makes you happy in life. Most guys know their girlfriend has a sexual past, so it's okay to discuss it with them in a relationship. I'm not gonna necessarily share my attraction to other individuals all the time with my partner if they're monogamous, because I don't want to hurt them. So similarly, if your partner can feel insecure about your sexual past, sharing it without taking that into account is a bit cruel. So it is not strictly their problem in that sense. You should be empathetic to their insecurities. If you can't handle the reality of your partner also having attraction to other people, and you can't handle them having a sexual past, then that comes from a place of insecurity. Yeah, I was gonna say it shouldn't be like, lol, I want to share it even though you dislike it, deal with it. Absolutely. Having sex without a condom is more intimate and means he trusts you. God, the condom topic. Usually it means, for example, that you trust your partner with the birth control. The reality, which should actually be addressed here, is you should never be pressured into sexual activity that you don't want to do. That is the underlying thing, and that is what this message should be about. Not about whether the argument over wanting not to wear a condom is legitimate or not, but about the pressure. Because the feeling can be legitimate, but that still doesn't justify forcing your partner to have raw sex. Telling a guy about your sexual trauma will bring you closer together. Don't trauma dump on people that you don't already have a solid relationship with. Is trauma dumping in order to get the guy to like you more. Yeah, which is like hella toxic. It's normal not to orgasm during sex. I would like to say yes. Okay, it's really, really important, in my opinion, to not stigmatize the orgasm, or rather lack thereof, in sexual relationships. You're gonna very quickly have a bit of a toxic power dynamic if you're either like keeping a tally of how many, who made who come. A better tally would be who is putting in effort. Okay, you have to learn. Different people come to orgasms more or less quickly or more or less easily. I've had known partners who would orgasm like fucking 4 times in 30 minutes, and I know partners where you have to work for it for like an hour, and both are fine. You just have to deal with it. You can learn to love a guy you're not attracted to. I think that one's true. It's just modern society means you don't need to. You have to give guys a chance. No, you absolutely don't have to give guys a chance. But I do think it's healthy to give chances, to not gatekeep based on really superficial stuff. You don't need titles because what's understood doesn't have to be explained. I have no fucking clue what this sentence means. If someone understands this, please tell me. You have to be patient and supportive with a man who says, let's see where this goes, because he probably had his heart broken in the past and needs you to be understanding. I think you need to be patient and supportive with anyone that you want to have a fulfilling relationship with. And if they have trauma from a previous relationship, then you shouldn't judge them for it. And that has nothing to do with if it's going to be a good relationship or not. Men are most loyal to the woman who loves him for who he is, even when he's struggling. I don't know what to say about this. It depends on the men. Some men will be loyal and will value enormously the fact that you made sacrifices and supported them when they were struggling with things. And some men will be selfish and will appreciate your help when you help them. But then when you need help or there's like problems in the relationship more on your side, they'll like go look elsewhere. Both things happen, and not all men are the same, just as not all women are the same. Same thing happens with women in both ways. If a man has a wandering eye, it's because you're not taking care of things at home. No, if a man has a wandering eye, it's because attraction is not monogamous. Like, I refuse to believe that. Maybe it is for some people. I don't know. For me, it isn't in any case. I can be in a monogamous relationship, but my attraction is what it is. Men need porn because they're more visual and sexual than women. Men's sexuality is, and there are studies about this, is more visually sexual than women's. This is absolutely true. This doesn't mean that women are less sexual than men. It's just their sexuality is expressed in different ways. But there is this term in FDS, which is porn sick. They believe that most men are sick from porn. They consume too much, and it hurts their sexual performance. It hurts their expectations from relationships, and it makes them toxic, which is not wrong. It is harmful to our expectations of attraction and sexuality. Porn is harmless and doesn't affect how a man feels about you or your relationship or his sexual performance. Porn is not harmless. It needs to be consumed responsibly. I actually agree with FDS on this one. If you want to keep a man, you have to show him you're a ride or die woman. Jesus. Yeah, no, you don't. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Oh, that is absolutely true. Size doesn't matter. That's supposed to be a lie? Oh, God. Talk about, like, making men feel bad over dumb shit. If you're dating more than one guy at a time, you'll get a reputation, so you have to focus on one. So the reputation thing, I don't know. If you're, like, in big gossipy circles, then you absolutely will get a reputation. So it's not entirely a lie, but you shouldn't be judged for it. In an ideal world, you shouldn't care about the reputation. That being said, if you're dating more than one guy, etc., please be honest. You don't cheat on people. You open up and are honest about seeing multiple people, and then it's fine. Men in professional high-paying careers are more mature / less fuckboys. Yeah, no, that's absolutely false. I agree with whoever wrote this on that one. Virginity is something special that should be saved for your husband. Yeah, do what feels good for you, okay? If a man tries hard to get back together after a breakup, it's because he's changed and you truly were meant to be. Once again, different men have different motivations, and especially since now we're talking about after a breakup, different relationships will have different circumstances surrounding them. This is just stupid. All right, finally, we're done. Let's not fall back down that rabbit hole. Please, oh God, save me. We need to watch this.
Date a woman over the age of 30. Trust me, you will live to regret it. It is a bad investment. It is a waste of time.
A bad investment.
So you
oh no,